Hello and welcome to the show. We are back in GTA 5 today with some more racing. Yes, we've got the new car, although not quite yet. Sure, we've got a train. I know what, I'm going to join on the train. Why not? We will join the... Add in your own train sound effects if you wish. I am not going to. Yes, we've got a new car to drive. That'll be a little bit like, I spot a cheetah over there. Oh, there was a jump start from Chris. With the start sequence has gone all horribly, horribly wrong. Every bloody time. Ninetales. I might be on torpedoing. Oh, there's been a roll. That does the trick. I was going to go for a slightly less brutal torpedo on Chris. However, that worked. Oh, we make a mess of race starts now. I think we do it worse every time. Anyway, yes, it's racing time. This is a rather interesting circuit built around basically a junction. It uses a motorway, a large interchange essentially, to form a racetrack, which is always rather good fun. It makes for a lot of quite narrow sections, a lot of quite tight hairpins, where things can go quite badly wrong. We are... I was going to see if I can dive underneath, but it's going to get a little bit crowded through there. That's a really fun... as I've said before, I love the fiddly little chicanes, especially high-speed chicanes, and that sort of... Yeah, that sort of corner I always enjoy. Maybe a little bit faster, but there's no way to overtake at this moment in time. We're just going to kind of sit following for now. Don't really want to have a big dive somewhere and lose out. Oh, that's not... It's not where we want to go. I don't know if we knew we were alongside. Or it might have been we'd slightly tapped back of the car and GTA Collisions did its thing where it just drags the cars together. Regardless, could have been a lot worse. We lost a bit of time, lost a couple of seconds. However, it's all good. We're back. We'll get back in this draft. It'll be fine. Now, the shenanigans from the start, I think someone further back might not have realised quite how tight and nasty the first hairpin was with a big draft going towards it while we were messing around, and that might have torpedoed a big chunk of the field. So they will catch up. We've got the slipstream, we've got the catch-up turned on. This circuit is quite effective for catch-up by virtue of some quite long straights. Sure, we've got these twiddly bits. They're actually quite difficult to overtake in places. You can have these really long corners that actually make it quite difficult to pass. Or throw it into this last chicane. Get it right through here, it's fantastic. Get it wrong, you lose a lot of time. You can't afford to brush the wall. Scrape the wall and you'll lose so much speed. We've got the big slipstream towards turn 1. Now the finish line, where the finish line is positioned, trying to get a big slipstream run out of the final corner is actually not the easiest thing to do. You don't really have time to pick up momentum to beat somebody straight to the line just from a draft alone. So you're definitely going to want to be leaving that first chicane in first. Ideally, track position is helpful at the end of the day. We're going to move up to second, but this is such a danger. This is not an overtaking spot I like. Here, it's so difficult to get a pass done there by virtue of it being a very, very tight hairpin and not very much space. It's very easy to try and get a pass done, get pile drived into the wall and get everybody stuck. So probably won't see too many cars going for crazy passes on that one. This is going to cover the inside down here because I know it's going to be very difficult to go anywhere else. You're not going to go around the outside really. So again, you defend through that. Now we will get a run up here again. This is going to move to that inside. It might not matter. A little bump across the road. We will be through now. Don't clonk the wall on the outside. Now we've got past there. Oh, something went on behind. I think maybe Brazen went to follow me through that and didn't quite work. They got tangled and slowed down. So, we inherit the lead, quite a nice lead. It is a bit bumpy around this circuit, that is something to watch out for. There's a couple of places where, even in this car, the Jackal, I quite like the Jackal, it's a nice car. Say nothing crazy special, but you bump this across the road and it will go sideways. So, this particular here, okay, we go for the elevation change, we go from stunt circuit to tarmac. You've got to make sure you get it right. It's you know, pretty damn smooth considering what you're doing with the game, but it's just something to watch out for in all of this. We're still enjoying that little bit of a lead. Now they're probably going to catch... God, when are they going to catch for this? Probably actually by turn 1, I should think. A bit of slipstream and mega catch, because it's such a big run towards the first corner. Catch up. Well, might be further back than I realised. Okay. I mean, they'll catch before the end of this lap, and there is going to be a big group of them. So Gliska falling back might actually bring a whole bunch more cars up to this fight. We've got Ninetail, oh no, it's just Gliska, Danger Man, and Liam are behind, and then there's the rest of the field. They're all going to come screaming back towards us. I will move across to defend. It actually doesn't matter. Brazen gets past before he even gets to the corner. Now, on the final lap, I might be more... Oh, Brazen's overdriven it. I was going to say, final lap I might be braver going into that turn and try and, you know, steal a place. However, if you leave the door that wide open, I'm going to take that chance every day of the week. It means we can lead down here. Is Brazen going to look to the outside? Yes, but Brazen also knows that there is no way around to make that work. Kind of straight line the chicane, just don't try and cut it too much, otherwise you'll clonk off the concrete, and that's a very stupid way to get stuck. It's a very stupid thing to get beached on, of all the things to get beached on. That is not an impressive one. Brazen will this time get it stopped into the hairpin and take the lead away. Not all that fussed, because I know... I know... you've got to get out of this corner. Oh no, we might be too close. We might have... So we might have actually got so much speed coming out of that corner that... we do get the momentum, thankfully. As I say, we might not get the slipstream. Sometimes if you're right up the bumper of the car ahead, you don't actually get all that much draft. So we got away. We got away with that. We're just going to sneak down the inside. Try and not upset the car. Don't hit the bumps too bad. It's now a 5-car battle for the lead. Liam and Danger Man are joining in. It's looking suspiciously like it might start raining as well. That would be fun, maybe. Be something, that's for sure. I don't know, it probably wouldn't go well for these cars. Probably better for these though than the drift car that's coming up next, the Yosemite drift car. I think I'd rather have it rain for this than for the next. Through that last chicane we go. Now, what is the gap like? That's a dangerous gap. If we do that, let's say we're in this position on the final lap. It's close. It still isn't enough though. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Now, Liam's going to be the one with a massive toe towards turn 1. What side is Liam going to go? Surely to the outside. You're never going to make that stick up the inside. Gliska's not stopping for that corner. We'll cut back. We'll dive underneath everybody. We get 3 cars back. Liam gets a pretty good run on the exit there. You know what? You guys want to fight each other. I'm going to move over to this side of the road. Oh, Gliska's got very brave. You know what I said about going too wide down here is sketchy. 3 wide really, really will not work. I tried to cut underneath. I was really hoping Danger Man was not going to be trying that. Fortunately they were. That's the line I had is perfectly fine, but it does always run that risk. Basically, we're going for a really sort of sudden turn, and you cut quite a lot across the field. And if there's a car there, which there was, you end up kind of spinning yourself on the nose of them. Yeah. That was the only thing I could really do in that situation to try and stay with the leaders. I just hoped that we weren't going to have a car behind quite as close as we did, but never mind. No massive harm done. You know, we only lost a little bit of time in all of that. We'll be back in the draft. We'll be fighting back down here. We've again got a really good run on Brazen. We keep getting a run, but it's almost too good a run out of that corner because we immediately get up to the back bumper and then don't have the momentum when we need it. There was a bit of a bump between the lead pair, and we're going to go 2 by 2 on this slip road kind of bit. Very bumpy slip road. Am I going to be able to fling it up the inside? Nope, this has got too good of a run. Now these cars probably can bump draft if needed. You know, on that... Ooh, don't do this, GTA. That was very nearly a murdering of a blue car. We got away with it. That could have been an awful lot worse. Oh, they've got together on the way up the hill. I'm going to try and sneak. So, I mean, this is it's an important thing to be able to pass on the way into here, because as I said, whoever comes out of this chicane in first will probably win the race on the last lap. Oh, this is the last lap. I thought we were doing 6 laps. We weren't! Crap! For some reason I thought we were doing more laps. Oh, bugger. I thought I had another lap. I don't actually think I could have done much more in all of that, sadly. Oh. Good race. That is a good race. It's a great fun circuit to drive around. Fastest lap will go to Gliska in all of that one. The jump start didn't prosper. Chris ended up in 9th place, so that's something. It doesn't prosper when you get pile drived into turn 1. Yeah, the Jackal, pretty good to go racing. As I said, pretty fun circuit to lap the vehicles around. A bit bumpy and dangerous in places, so we'll see how the drift truck goes. So, here is the new vehicle, the Drift Yosemite. That's the one. Interesting car. I quite like the normal pickup. I like what Yosemite it's based on. It's a relatively good car, or a pickup in the muscle category. It's quite fast. This thing, I had a quick drive of one before starting this, is quite oversteery. Funnily enough, a car labelled Drift is quite oversteery. This is going to get busy. I don't know if I want to be first car into this hairpin. We are going to get out the other. Whoa, that's a lot of oversteer. Oh god. So the downside of the wiggly tail is when you wiggle around and you're racing side by side, your cars get connected and then nobody steers and you all visit the wall. So, uh-oh, that's getting busy. I'm going to sneak my way up the inside. So you've got to be quite careful with the throttle not to spin the wheels too much. However, like general driving, pretty good in the car on the most parts. Oh, I say that, and there's some climbing going on. That's normally reserved for the off-road trucks doing battles there. Oh, no. We're going to be on the outside. Am I going to get a good run on the exit? Not really, because we were too wide through the chicane. Brazen is desperately trying to climb, apparently, the back of Gliska's truck. Oh, let's not do 3 wide on lap 1. Of all the laps to be doing 3 wide, let's not be doing it on lap 1. Maybe, you know, the final lap, the run to the finish line, fair enough. Oh, come on, find some traction. Otherwise, yeah, perhaps not. Come on, let's get the draft. Let's sort ourselves out here. We've got a actually got a really nice slipstream run here. Oh, Danger Man covered the inside. Okay, so these climb over each other. That is something to be aware of. Very much something to be aware of. No bump drafting in the trucks. They will climb over each other. That's a really big slide for the yellow machine. Oh, there's more climbing. There's some debris in the road. There's definitely going to be a caution. Oh, Christ. For something like that. I've got a really good run, but there's just no space down here. I can't even get to the inside of Chris at the moment. It's just too busy to make something happen here. Nope. Nope. And he's still picking up a wheel. Wasn't expected that. I guess it makes sense. These do have quite a bit of ground clearance at the front compared to some cars. It kind of makes more sense than some of the vehicles that that have trouble. I've got to go around that crash. That's awkward. Somehow Danger Man got out of that, or didn't I? I don't know which one of the red cars was pointing the wrong way and all of that. What a mess. I'm alive. By the end of lap 1, we're 5th. It could be worse, basically. This is super busy. Yeah. Just patience. Wait your turn through there. That was exactly the same crash on the outside that I had on the first lap, with trucks getting caught. I feel like if something goes wrong with these, it kind of goes wrong quite badly. Not in the way that normally happens. Like you don't get the weird like collision enhancement script play up that launches your car off the track with no control. You just spin, which makes more sense because you're in a drift truck and it would, rather than the stupid auto steer basically. But oh god, you've got to be a little bit careful. This is getting crowded again. Through the chicane we go. There was a hit on the wall for the grey vehicle. Are we going to do a bump drafting duel up here? Who can push their car, the leader ahead of them better? Pretty even actually, as we're still 2 by 2. Oh, I might have tagged the back of Liam. I'm not 100% sure if I hit it or not. But she got oversteer on its own through there. It's very close. Gliska could end up in front of me through all of that as we head. Still too wide for the lead. I've got a mega run, but I haven't got any room to use it. We can't. Oh, we got a big push from Brazen. Oh god, there's a lot of bumping. It's gone wrong. Somebody really shouldn't have been putting their car up the inside there. That was not a clever idea. Whoever did that was, yeah, why? We're already 2 and 3 wide. There's no gap to go for there. Not in these. Not in anything, really, but especially not in trucks that are literally on the limit of grip at that point in time. So, yeah, that wasn't very clever. Yeah, we were all bumping each other slightly forward. That's fine. It's trying to fit in a 3 wide on a gap when, yeah, it's just not going to work. I don't even know if they weren't trying to go 4 wide there. So that's a shame because our very good battle for the front has now fallen apart a little bit. Recovery time, I mean, it's doable. Maybe. They don't look all that far away. Christ, I got that close to the wall. If me and Stevie are clever here, we can maybe make something happen. Got to be clever here, but we could maybe... Oh, I say maybe make something happen. Longbow's a little bit laggy. Ninetails has fallen off the bridge. Let's not have a big dive here. Brazen's overcooked it under brakes, and we'll lose that position as well. So that would be... Liam in the lead? I don't actually know who's ended up in the lead. Ewan's in the lead, actually, in all of that. Liam must have died in the crash as well. Me and Stevie are now not playing this quite as cleverly through here. Oh, no, is Liam there? So I just want to get this pass completed around the outside. It's not going to happen yet. I think we get the run on the exit, though. We do, but only just. I want to get the run on the exit into the slipstream of Liam's car, but I don't quite. Thankfully, they're fighting each other into the chicane, which is good for me. Don't clip the tyre bundle. You will lose all your momentum if you do. Right, we're in the draft of Longbow. Longbow's in the draft of Liam. Ewan will be being slowed down by catch-up. It's good news for us, considering that crash. I don't think Longbow had any idea I was on the outside. Not again! That's the second time now I've tried that line. Problem is, I needed to make that. I said I needed to make that. I wanted to make that work, and in these, it's even worse. This is the worst car to get hit in that manner. Worst vehicle to get hit in that manner because of the crazy oversteer. Yeah, don't even think about going up the inside there. It's so dangerous unless there is literally an acre of space. At the speeds you're going with the grip these have, that is not the place to put your truck whatsoever. Now, sadly, we're going to get stuck fighting over fourth. We have got one more lap. We've got one more lap, and we're about as far back as we were, and I was catching. So I would have caught the lead pack had it not been for the spin. We've got a mega run on the outside here. Now, if we can hold it, unfortunately I can't hold it around there because the back end just lets go. They've actually fought each other quite a lot up ahead. Now we've got to give Danger Man some space through here, even if we are now both slow. I'm hoping that Danger Man will be wise, fall into line. Oh, Ewan's got turned. Thankfully that's not over the other side of that crest. Yeah, if we're clever about this, we can probably work together. That was a hell of a bump draft right there. Kind of worked as well, and catch up to the battling leaders. Just we've got to not spin each other and not get stuck in silly things like that. There's a little bit of connections between the trucks. Yeah, we actually, because the leaders have been side by side while we've all been slipstreaming, and they've had catch-up murdering them speed-wise. This is kind of good news. The problem I've got, see, can't let Liam get too far away here. Slipstream and catch-up should work. We can't afford to lose too much time in the fights. I want to get past Chris. Can I make this work around the outside? It would be a hell of a pass if I could. The issue is now we're now just making each other slow through this. No one's got slipstream on the cars ahead. The cars behind have crashed. So this might well be the battle for third. That might well turn into the battle of whoever can get in position to challenge the two leaders the best. If we do get that chance at all. I think we're running out of time here. I think we've fought each other. We've done the classic thing of really just fought each other way too hard to be the one that could be in the best position for an overtaking attempt. The one chance we get is heading towards the last chicane. If we aren't, problem is you've got to be ahead going into that chicane. You're not going to overtake in the chicane. Not really. Come on, get the draft. I'm desperately trying to get some form of slipstream off of the trucks ahead. We're stuck side by side. I've got a big oversteer moment through there. Still got a good run here on the outside. We had this good run last time on the truck, but I couldn't hold it at the top of the hill. This is the battle now. This is it. This is what we've got. I'm going to sneak up the inside of Chris for third. Oh, yeah, Longbow a very, very big nudge. Problem is, it's going to put me out. Oh, all sorts of wonky line here. Who gets the best run to the finish? Liam is going to win. It's me versus Chris for that third place. I don't know what way it went. Longbow got second, which is probably fair because I did push that to fire that truck a fair way into the last chicane. Who got third? Oh, me by not very much. Oh, not very much at all. We must have just got that little bit more slipstream or that little bit better exit out of that last hairpin. Christ, that was a run to the line. In the end, yeah, Liam kind of escaped at the very end there as we all fell over one another, trying. It was just like we were desperately trying to fight for a podium. By that point, we knew we couldn't get the win. Little bit of a shunt into Longbow. That's my bad, but kind of rectified that and still managed to get third in the end. So there we go. It's a cool vehicle. It's a cool vehicle. It acts like you expect a drift car to in GTA 5, but also still quite well behaved over like bumps and things, which is kind of unusual, but quite nice. That though is going to be it for this video. Thank you all very much for watching. Of course, massive thank you goes to Scotty for building this this wonderful little circuit for us to go racing around. But that is going to be it from me today. Until next time, a goodbye.